On a quiet night in Sequoia National Park, Jake, an amateur explorer, had heard tales of strange happenings in this area, but he dismissed them, thinking it was all a hoax. The daredevil that he was decided to go out camping for a few days by himself. He loved the outdoors. It was always an adventure for him and very meditative. As he sat by the fire, a rustle in the bushes made him freeze. He had just settled by the lake, his campfire flickering against the growing darkness, and the sounds of crickets filled the air. Suddenly, a strange noise echoed from the depths of the woods, a low, throaty moan that sent chills down his spine. Jake shook his head, convincing himself it was just the wind playing tricks. As he prepared his gear, he heard it again, this time clearer and closer. The sound was human-like, a distant voice, soft and pleading. "Help me, please." The voice was so distorted it felt like the air itself had taken on a life of its own, wrapping around him with an icy grip. His heart raced as he ran into the trees. He looked back, and for just a moment, he swore he caught sight of a grayish figure hiding between the trunks. Tall, thin, with elongated limbs and a grotesque, eyeless face. The Rake, he said. The stories had been true, and fear was now carving its place in his mind. He stumbled backward, nearly tripping over his gear. He needed to leave, but the tree line seemed to close in on him like a living entity. The air thickened, and the soft whispers grew louder, now echoing around him. "Help me! Jake, help me!" It called out, the voice a sickening mockery of the familiar sound of a human-like person. Panic setting in as he turned to run. He dashed towards the sound of laughter echoing through the trees. Campers, he hoped. The urge to survive surged within him, fueling his flight through the underbrush. Behind him, a haunting laugh resonated, beckoning him to look back. But Jake knew he couldn't afford to glance over his shoulder. As he burst into a small clearing, he stumbled upon a group of campers by a glowing fire, their faces illuminated with joy and warmth. They stood up, startled at his sudden entrance, but their laughter faded as they noticed the wild look in his eyes. "What's wrong?" one of them asked, eyes darting to the shadows. "There's something in the woods," he stammered, the words tumbling out in a frantic rush. "Come on, man, you can't be serious," one of them scoffed, but the unease spread among them like wildfire. The lights and laughter of their camp provided a brief sense of safety, but Jake could still feel it, an unbearable pressure in the air, as if something watched from the darkness. Just as he drew them into his panic, a chilling breeze swept through the clearing, and from the depths of the woods came that voice again, even clearer this time. "Jake, come back." It was his own voice, reiterating fear into his very core. The campers went silent, fear replacing their skepticism.